Hello Zimbabwe, welcome to Live Talk. We are coming to you live from Studio 7 at the Voice of America in Washington. I am your host, Tabaka Ngube. First, a look at what is happening in the African continent. Zambia has received the first shipment of a new medicine to prevent HIV infection. The delivery makes Zambia only the second country in the world after the United States to offer this injectable preventive outside of a research setting. Kathy Short reports from Lusaka in Zambia.
For 2 years, Precious Mbomboli took pills daily to prevent infection with HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. But the 21-year-old is among the first in Zambia to receive a new injectable prevention drug.
For 2 years, yes.
I changed the new injectable on 25th February because the pill was difficult for me, as I used to forget to take it. Sometimes I was not at home at the time of taking the medication, so the injection makes me feel better and confident.
The new drug is known as cabotegravir, long-acting. Each shot prevents infection for 6 months. Zambia is the first low or middle-income country to offer the drug to the public. Lina Mwango is technical director of the local non-profit CHEP Zambia.
Our target age group for this is adolescent girls and young women who are aged 16 to 24, as well as we're reaching out to their sexual partners.
Local representatives called connectors are helping roll out the program.
The connector is based in the community. We do community mobilization, we do community sensitizations. We go on, screen the girls that are eligible for dreams. Those that are eligible get to be enrolled.
The U.S. government has donated nearly 15,000 vials of the drug known as cabotegravir. That's enough to protect 2,000 Zambians against HIV for 1 year, the U.S. Embassy says. But experts say people who get the shot still need to take precautions.
People get the injection and then they think it's a silver bullet, in that then they can go out and sleep around. And really the message here is that that's not why this drug has been brought on board. To realize that this drug does not prevent pregnancies, it doesn't prevent other sexually transmitted infections.
About 1.4 million Zambians are living with HIV, with about 33,000 new infections per year. Experts hope the new drug can help bring those numbers down. Kathy Short, VOA News, Lusaka, Zambia.
The Zimbabwe-US Business Forum opened today in Harare with a delegation from the Atlanta Black Chambers meeting local businesses and institutions at the Partnership's Trade Investment Conference. Ricardo Beris, the head of delegation from the Atlanta Black Chambers, speaks to Studio 7.
So it's been a beautiful day, I think, just having the opportunity to hear and listen to some of the officials that have shared both opportunities that are here in Zim from ZIDA, hearing from the ambassador. It is very encouraging, and so I think we move forward with more confidence on the opportunities that lies here on the ground. I think for us, we are a part of the Atlanta Black Chambers, and so it's important that our mission, which is to connect opportunities from around the world in trade, partnership, and investment. And so how do we do that with Zimbabwe? And so we're on the ground. We have a couple of opportunities that we are currently working on. But of course, we're here by ourselves and not for ourselves, as we represent a larger network of businesses. So we want to understand the opportunities, the other opportunities that exist, whether they be real estate, whether they be technology, whether they be mining, energy, whether they be manufacturing, trade, agriculture, transportation. We've got a number of sector leaders that we've appointed within Atlanta that are responsible for looking at those projects to see how best we can participate, how best we can actually help.
That was Ricardo Beris, the head of delegation from the Atlanta Black Chambers, speaking to Studio 7 in Harare. Busisa Moyo, the chairperson of Zimbabwe Investment Development Agency, told Studio 7 that he anticipates increased business investments in Zimbabwe following discussions with representatives of Atlanta Black Chambers.
umsebenzi wethu njengezida ikukhankasela osomabhizinisi ukuthi bafake imali kumabhizinisi aseZimbabwe, ukusungula amabhizinisi amatsha, ukuqhelisa amabhizinisi akhona. Yikho esikhangeleleyo njengezida. Namhlanje silezethekeli ezivela eAtlanta abalande ukuzekhangela ukuthi iZimbabwe ilani lapha abangafaka khona imali njalo esithi ama-trade relationship, ukuthengiselana izinto. Singathengani khona ngale kwaselamelika, labo bengathengani khonapha, ikuxhumana, sikhulumisana, sitshengisana ukuthi what are the opportunities. Nxa sikhangele ukukhulumisana kwethu njengabosomabhizinisi kuyancibilika ukukhulumisana, njalo abakhona lapha abanye ngabe diaspora, ngabantu bethu, izihlobo zethu ezikudiaspora, sixhumanisane labo balezimali asebezibuthelele khona ngale abafisa ukuthi bangazifaka njalo lapha ekhaya.
That was Busisa Moyo, Zimbabwe Investment Development Agency ZIDA chairperson, speaking to Studio 7 in Harare. Ozolbina, chairperson of the CEO Africa Roundtable, the organization that convened the meeting, says the visiting Americans and local business persons are keen on investing in both nations.
Nyaya iripo ndeyekuti isu se-CEO Africa Roundtable donzvo redu nderekuti izvo tinoenda kunyika dzakasiyana-siyana tichitora vakomana nevasikana vemabhizimisi vachinotsvaga kwekutengesera, vachitsvaga mari, vachitsvaga vanovapa njere, vanovatsvaga vachivapa zvekushandisa, nekunge vachichinjanawo zvavanoziya mukati menyika idzi. Saka kubva 2018 tanga tichiita rwendo rwekuenda kuAmerica gore rega rega. Saka mugore ra2023 ndo patakazoenda tikanosangana navamwe vedu veAtlanta Black Chamber vachibva vati varoda kuti vagotiteerawo sekuuya kwatakaita ikoko, zvichireva kuti vakanga vagutsikana nezvinhu zvatakanga tavaudza pamusoro penyika yedu, zvatinogona, zvatinazvo, zvino ndo kutouya kwavaita. Saka vasati vauya takatanga tatombochinjana mapepa tichitaurirana kuti muri kuuya kuzodii, muri kuzoita nani, muchizoita chii. Saka zvinhu izvozvo ndo zvavateera. Saka tazongoti aiwa chiregai vabva vaonana neZimbabwe yose, nekuti zvatakataurana navo zvishoma izvozvo kune zvimwe zvakati wandei zvavanogona kusangana nazvo zvakare, uyezve vanhu vemuZimbabwe vaonewo vakomana vechitema varipowo vari kuita mabasa kuAmerica. Kune vamwe vedu vatiri kuno maZimbabweans vatingati maZimbabwean diaspora, vakomana veimpi vauyawo varipo pachikwata ichochi. Saka zvinhu zvakanyanya kukosha kuti vakomana vedu vari muZimbabwe vanenge vashanda vaita mabasa avo kuAmerica.
That was Oswald Bina, chairperson of the CEO Africa Roundtable, speaking to Studio 7 in Harare. Atlanta Black Chambers is a non-profit organization consisting of individuals engaging in business, community, and government activities. Please stay tuned as we take a brief break.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depends on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
For those that have just joined us, please note that we are streaming live on our Facebook pages, VOA Shona, VOA Studio 7, and VOA Ndebele. We are also live on YouTube, VOA Zimbabwe. Now to our main topic. Zimbabwe is facing a crippling drought that has left 3.5 million people in need of urgent food assistance, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization. Food distributions by the government and other partners have since commenced, but some villagers say this aid has not reached them. The situation has been further complicated by the low water levels at the Kariba Dam, which is worsening electricity shortages. To discuss this issue, we are joined on the phone by economical analyst Mr. Rejoice Ngwenya, who works with the Common Market for Liberal Solutions, ZANU-PF Secretary General Obert Mpofu, and Freedom Alliance Secretary General Mr. Nhlanhla Moses Ncube. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'll start with you, Mr. Ngwenya. Looking at the hunger situation in Zimbabwe, how is the situation like, especially for villagers?
Well, look, I mean, it's not a secret that rural Zimbabweans are facing critical food shortage. I mean, it's not just about the human element that is under threat. You know, the stock element, the animal element, you know, the cattle, you know, it's almost impossible to see how we are going to go through this very bad patch without, you know, an amazing loss of life. These are some of the things, you know, that can be avoided. But unfortunately, we have failed to prepare. We are ill prepared, and we have shown an incapacity of being able to mitigate against this dangerous, very unlikely situation of human lives. It's very bad, really, at the outset.
Thank you, Mr. Ngwenya. Coming to you, Mr. Mpofu, welcome to the program, Dr. Mpofu.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have heard Mr. Ngwenya there speaking. He mentioned about preparation. As a country, where are we when it comes to preparation to deal with the situation that we are facing, the hunger situation?
No, Tina is the party, the ruling party, always prepared for such eventualities. We are aware we've had similar situations before, and the government has addressed those situations, and we're going to do the same in this season where we've had the looming drought sale. Already some money has been set aside to mitigate this challenge, which is quite serious. As you rightly indicated, there are over 2 million people that are likely to be affected by the drought. And I perhaps may not agree with my brother who rejoiced. We are ill prepared for this. I don't know what that means, but we've always been not afflicted by this before, and the government has saved lives through these interventions in various ways. We've also had some organizations helping us in this regard. So we are ready to deal with the situation, and we've had meetings from the party side, party point of view, and where that government is addressing that matter in a very, very serious manner. So I can only say we are ready to deal with the issue. In fact, we have already started distributing food handouts to the communities, especially in rural areas. And I've also been advised that very soon it will be done with the urban areas.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Mpofu. Baba Ncube, libona njani umbiko obuyelo Dr. Mpofu lapha?
Yes, siyabonga, ngithanda ukuthi ngimbingelele ubaba uMpofu lo baba uNgwenya. Into eshiwo ngubaba uMpofu inhle nxa eyikhuluma. Singakhathazeka nje nxa sokukhulunywa kakhulu ngamagama athi ruling party ngoba sikhangelela uhulumende ukuthi enze umsebenzi enguhulumende. thina ke njenge-Freedom Alliance okusikhathazayo ukuthi vele eZimbabwe sihlezi sisendlaleni kule nkengane noma ukuthi izinto zilungile kodwa kusuke ngokuthi izinto kazenziwa ngendlela angaze ngizwe ilizwe kuthiwa liyasutha loba izulu linile ngendlela uhulumende ehluleka ngayo kusuka ke kube lobunzima khonapho njalo esikukhangelelayo yikuthi njengoba esitsho ubaba uMpofeki sokungenwe ebantwini akungenwe kungafakwa ipolitiki kube ngohulumende inhlelo kube zinhlelo zikahulumende kunakekelwa abantu kungakhathalekile ukuthi yiliphi ibandla lezombusazwe abalisekelayo ngendlela yalokho esasikubone kusenzakala kusenziwa yilokho akubiza athi ruling party ke thina sikhangelela ukuthi kube ngohulumende siyabonga
siyabonga Ncube va Ngwenya munona sei tanzwa va Mpofu vachikupindura apo mungada ku vapindura ere
chokwadi ndechekuti inoziva kuti kana tigadzirira drought pane anonzi madrought mitigation strategies anofambirana nekuchengetedza mvura ichinaya kwete pasizini imwe chete tinoziva kuti ichichi madhemu edu Zimbabwe ina madhemu akawanda saka madhemu acho anofanirwa kufambirana ne-irrigation equipment ndo zvinhu zvinochengetedzwa panguva yakareba on a long term basis saka takapedza makore mazhinji tichivhiringa mamiriro e-commercial farming ne-equipment ye-irrigation saka kana uchichengetedza kudya kwemupfapi kwenyika pane cumulative effect kuti gore negore munenge muchichengetedza chikafu chenyu muchivaka tsapi dzakati kurei saka izvi zvatozotaurwa manje nebato rinotonga kuti isusu sebato takagadzirira tinoziva kuti vanhu vakagadzirira asi gadziriro yacho haina kukwana nekuti gore rega rega zvinotoona vamwe gore rega rega nyange kukanaya mvura unongozwa vanhu vachingochema vachiti kune jara mari dzese dzatinoda kuti tinge tichengetedza dzegold madiamonds mazimu mapulita mbeziyadza imari dzinofanirwa kuti dzishandiswe kuchengeta tsapi yekutenga chikafu kuti vanhu hatifangokana kutombobetserwa neworld food program vana FAO vese havasangotombopinda muno munyika asi vanotozongopinda nekuti hurumende yedu inogara ichiita citizen kuti pachaita chikafu chakawanda asi vanhu vachingomitseri tikawana kuti titaure nechokwadi varume aiwa kugadzirira hatina haidi kugadzirira tichangozochema chemha yedu nekuti tinoziva kuti hurumende iripo inobatira vanhu asi hazvina kukwana
tinotenda iye baba Mpofu ngiphenduke kuwe laphana uyawaza amadoda lawo ukuthi athini kodwa kulolunye njalo udaba emfuna ukuthi silukhangelisise sibone iZambia laphana ideclare yona ukuthi indlala ibe yi-national disaster njalo kuyi-emergency elizweni leZambia thina asikafiki na kuleso sigaba sokuthi kungaba lokudingeka ukuthi sideclare ukuthi kube yi-state of emergency eZimbabwe.
Hayi ngiyabonga mfowethu. Njalo ngibonga amakhombizi akhulumayo ubaba Ngwenya le jaha le hlanganiswa yalo. Asoze ngikhulume ngohulumende mina uthe unginikeze one thing wathi ngi-Secretary General we-ZANU-PF. Ngikhuluma ngimele iphathi. Asoze ngikhulume lokho engakumelanga and la kungamthabisa athi yikho yade ngizama ukuchasisa kodwa ngivumelana labo kukho konke into abantu bakithi okumele sinanzelele ukuthi nxa sesifikelela uduwo olunje okuhle ukuthi sifake amakhanda phansi amakhanda ethu ndawonye sincedisane ukuthi sicubungule udaba lolo yazi ukuthi amajaha kanti uRejoice Ngwenya ngamazi ulizake elikhaliphileyo nawe uyakwazi ukuthi ngiyamazi nami ngiyazi ukuthi uyangazi and ujalo omunye wephathi yakhe sengake ngiyabala kakhulu nabantu abakhaliphileyo ukuthi ngabe kade sifaka imbono yentuthuko imbono engasihlanganisa singamaZimbabwe ukuthi sincede abantu bakithi ukuthi udukololo zethu sasele ifamily yabanye abantu nje abantu sonke sizaba phakathi kwabo lapho sikhona ngabe sinika imicijo yethu kuhulumende ukuthi hayi madoda kwazi phakathi kwento nje singakulungisa ngani nje ukuze silungise nokuthi salokhu siphikisana sizama ukukhipha ama-points abantu bengaphilanga kahle abantu besipha njalo ukhulume ngeZambia baba asazi sikwenze lokhu ukuthi senze okwenziwe ngomunye umakhelwane sikwenza ngendlela esibona nti inceda abantu bakithi njengoba ngishilo ukuthi thina sihlala siba lodaba lonyaka neminyaka iZimbabwe has never failed its people abantu bakwazi ukuthi nxa kulendlala uhulumende kakhethi umuntu kakhethi inhlanganiso kakhethi ukunika amaZimbabweans wonke njalo amaZimbabweans abaningi balwazi uhlelo kahulumende kulama-registers akhona kuma-districts wonke akhokhelwa yi-social welfare ehambe ibhala abantu ngathi balodumo olukhulu nalaba ngathi bendlala kodwa bengenelisa ukuthola mbijana kodwa le yalonyaka indlala ikhanya ikhazwe wonke ilizwe even lama-regions okuthiwa yi-1 2 abangathi bahlala bezuza amabele ukudla nabo ba-affected likhulume ngama-water nokuze amadamu akhona maningi kakhulu I think like 2,000 amadamu eZimbabwe kodwa into eba inkinga ukuthi amaningi akhona sikadevelophi ukuthi angasetshenziswa ku-irrigation kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi kule mizamo eminingi eyenziwayo bayakwazi bona lawa amakomrades aphakathi khonapho ukuthi khathesi apho sikhuluma nge-equipment evela eBelarus, equipment evela eBrazil, equipment evela endaweni ezitshiyeneyo esidlelana layo and nxa ukhangela khathesi kusukisela iminyaka emihlanu edluleyo kulama-irrigation areas amaningi kakhulu even ematebeleni lama-irrigation projects sekhona khathesi okuthi khona abantu bazimisele ukuthi basebenzise amanzi aphansi amanzi okuthiwa nge-aquafa like enyamendlovu laphani lapho omguza amanzi akazambezi amanzi lokuzela kuma-water bodies lapho kuthiwa amadamu khona abantu ngathi uflya nje ukhangele eZimbabwe abantu sebeqinisa kakhulu i-irrigation ukuthi nje indlala le ifike ngesikhathi abantu bezama ukuthi balungiselele ukuthi kusetshenziswa amanzi okuthelela ukudlula ezulu ngiyavumelana namakomrades kuyahlupha ngahlala ejabulile ukuthi kule ndlala therefore akukho into endile sikhombe uhulumende ukuthi enze something thina senzani kumele sinixaneni.
Siyabonga Dr. Mpofu. Mr. Ncube, you heard Dr. Mpofu speaking there. Anything to add there or something that you don't agree with? What's your take?
Thank you very much. I would love to appreciate what Mr. Mpofu is saying. He's bringing very important ideas, very important contributions. I also agree with him, especially from our perspective. We stand for unity. We are saying that when we work together, we can solve things. Now that he has said that we need even to be advising them, I would say to them, Mr. Mpofu, let's have our government, even if you are not representing government right now, taking disaster management seriously, where this thing needs to be declared as a national disaster that would allow our resources to be channeled there. We are glad to hear that there won't be any segregation or favoritism of anyone. We need to have strong early warning systems that are put in place where we've got disaster preparedness we have got mitigative measures, we look at the disaster response mechanisms, and then we look at the disaster recovery. That will give us the full cycle of disaster management. And this will actually enable everyone to put their heads in there. And then let me also come and say, Mr. Mpofu and others, we included as well, we need to ensure that all resources that are there, no corruption being in there, all resources are going to the people. People are suffering. Let's ensure that everything that we are doing is getting in there. Because during these times, that is when some opportunistic politicians will be abusing the people, taking advantage of the situation that the people are in. Let's also think about the school children. They are going hungry. I'm from there. I've experienced this where we're eating barley and stuff. And then let me also add to say, let's open for NGOs to come in. You know, these restrictive laws that are put in place to close out NGOs and other civic organization groups is not going to help. We need them to come on board so that we save lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ncube. Let me come back to you, Dr. Mpofu, to respond to the issues that Mr. Ncube has raised.
Kodwa into okumele ayinanzelele ukuthi kalikho ilizwe khonapha ku-region elama-NGOs adlula iZimbabwe. Silabo kababaliswa, akula muntu obavalela ukuthi babuye. Njengoba ngitshilo ukuthi i-drought asiqalisi ukubona khathesi. Ngathi nje khathesi ingaba kulo kwedlula engela sayibona phambili kakula lokuze nama NGOs alisha eZimbabwe lama NGOs amane mina vele mathi no idinga Victoria Falls Wange even in south like more provinces that really have been selected to or have been chosen by NGOs to be for whatever support they have interested themselves in. That's what it is. So, ukuthi distribution yenziwa njani yenziwa kulama committees nokukhuluma committees ayi disaster lamanye atshiyeneyo akhona kuma-line ministries, and those committees are drawn from all stakeholders. Abantu abakunanzelela ngakho khonokho bakhona and bayasebenza lohulumende ekuncediseni kuko konke afuna ukuncedisa. Njengoba sikhuluma ngendlala khathesi asikhulumeni ngayo, sibonisaneni ukuthi singayibamba njani. Angithi ukuthi nama-advisors kuhulumende, but singaba lo mbono enginganceda uhulumende. And I'm also aware that there are multi-stakeholders abakhangele issues ze-drought. So, and $44 billion has been put aside, I think it's from, I think the end of last month, just 2 weeks ago. Efakwe eceleni ukuthi khangele indlela zokumitigate i-drought. Esonto esihlwayo ipaswe iParliament imali yakhona. Umuntu wonke ngoba iParliament labantu bonke lama-parties wonke. So ongicelayo lami engizama ukuthi sinezameni labanye abafowethu esilabo lapha ukuthi asiye nembono ezakwakha isizwe.
Siyabonga Dr. Mpofu. Siyabonga Dr. Mpofu, ngilibamba umlomo laphana isikhathi sesibalekile. This we have come to the end of our program. Signing off in Washington, I am Taboka Ncube.